If you've ever tried to complete a jigsaw puzzle without the aid of the box as a reference, then you'll know that the task is made even more difficult because you don't have a clear idea of what the finished puzzle is supposed to look like. Equally, the more pieces of the puzzles that you have and that are in place, the easier it is to see the image forming. The climate change movement that is sweeping our world, even in this United Kingdom, is part of a bigger puzzle. But the pieces that have been put down will not make any sense to you if you don't know what the overall image looks like. In 2015, Pope Francis released his papal encyclical entitled Laudato Si. In it, he proposes the idea that climate change can be dealt with by every citizen of this planet observing a day of rest. That day of rest should be centered on the Eucharist. That day of rest should be Sunday. In 2016, 195 countries meet to agree and sign the Paris Agreement. The agreement is built on the top and on the foundation of Laudato Si, and the agreement is riddled with Catholic policy. In 2017 through to 2019, what we began to see were the principles of Laudato Si through the Paris Agreement become life. The Yellow Vest protests in France, the rise of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Green New Deal in the United States of America, the rise of Greta Thunberg in Europe, and Scotland and Wales, the first nations to declare a climate change crisis. But those are just the pieces of the puzzle. What does the picture actually look like? And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And then the great deceiver will persuade men that those who serve God are causing these evils. The class that have provoked the displeasure of heaven will charge all their troubles upon those whose obedience to God's commandments is a perpetual reproof to transgressors. It will be declared that men are offending God by the violation of the Sunday Sabbath, that this sin has brought calamities which will not cease until Sunday observance shall be strictly enforced, and that those who present the claims of the 4th commandment, thus destroying reverence for Sunday, are troublers of the people, preventing their restoration to divine favor and temporal prosperity. Thus the accusation urged of old against the servant of God will be repeated and upon grounds equally well established. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art thou he that troublest Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Balaam. 1 Kings 18, 17 and 18. As the wrath of the people shall be excited by false charges, they will pursue a course towards God's ambassadors very similar to that which apostate Israel pursued toward Elijah. As the pieces of the puzzle continue to fall into place and the picture becomes more and more clear, let us, with our God-given talents and gifts, work for those who, like those in Belshazzar's feast, can see the handwriting on the wall, but cannot make sense of what they're seeing. Maranatha.